Welcome back for another episode of the Turn It Round the Corner podcast. This is the introduction for episode 19, part 2. Thank you all for the feedback. Lovely words about last week's episode. Obviously, as you heard from the episode, Darren Blewitt, proper character, has had a proper football story. Some good, some bad, probably some ugly, and that's where it brings us to part 2, really, because I started this podcast because I spend my life listening to podcasts, whether that's sport, business, and there was, I would say, a lot of genres for football already taken. You know, there's a lot of podcasts out there that talk about the Christmas party and, you know, how steaming drunk everyone got, and, you know, as me and Blewitt jokes about, you know, having a crap in someone's wash bag and all the things that used to go on in the old school. But I kind of thought a lot of that had been done, and it was very, should we say, mainstream with players that we'd all know. And football's bigger than that, especially in this day and age. So many levels to the game, so many roles within that game. Obviously, you know, more and more a global game than ever. And so I just wanted to do something different, talk to different people about, you know, their experiences. But not only that, you know, what they're doing on a day-to-day basis within the game. So I would say part 1 of Blewitt's chat was, you know, very much related. Obviously, we touched on a few things that were going on the side, but part 2 is very much about, I would say, his struggles, and he's very open about his struggles away from the game, which ultimately ended in, you know, spending some time in Sporting Chance and you know, going clean, and I think to this day it's 4 or 5 years since he's touched a drink. So it is a very serious episode. It's probably one of the most serious episodes that we've had. I will post up some information that, especially in the sporting arena, or should I say the football arena, if you're going through some troubles yourself, it might not be drinking, it might be gambling, it might be you know, drug abuse. You know, there are people out there that can help you, especially if you're a member of the PFA. As I say, it's a serious episode. It talks about, you know, as I say, Darren's fight against drink, and ultimately, as I say, how he ended up in Sporting Chance, and how he come to the point that, you know, he wanted to turn his life around, and that, as we spoke about last week, since Sporting Chance, I think it's been, you know, amazing and highly commendable what he's been doing, not only, you know, in the football world, but in his local community. And I think that is spurred on by, you know, issues that he's had in the past. And as I say, got massive respect for Blewitt. Not only has he, you know, gone through this, you know, he's talking in an open, honest way. He's very, should we say, honest about, you know, things that took place, where he was at, how it happened, and again, through his work with local footballers and the local community right now, like, he's passing on those experiences. He doesn't want other people to make the same mistakes that he made. You know, he had an unbelievable career, and then maybe, you know, some of that was spurred on by, maybe not fulfilling his full potential. Maybe, you know, that game at West Ham where he didn't get on. Maybe the fact that, you know, when you come out of the full-time environment, you know, most sportsmen crave, you know, repetition and having their diary planned from, and, you know, just doing the same things every week and having a schedule and being able to, you know, plan their life around that. And without that, you know, sometimes they do struggle outside of that schedule. So, as I say, it's a really open and honest conversation. As I say, I can't thank Blewitt enough for coming on and speaking about things like this. You know, I do know more footballers that have been in Sporting Chance, and obviously their lives are private, and I would never name and shame anyone, but, you know, a lot of people want to keep that private and are dealing with that away from, shall we say, podcasts or newspapers or whatever it may be. But, you know, I think with Blewitt, he's actually trying to you know, this is the mistakes I made. This is the route that I went down, and you know, now I'm coaching young boys and young girls to be better footballers, but not only that, better people. And you know, he's dealt with the issues outside of the game as well, so he can talk at it from both angles. So hope you enjoy the episode. As I say, it's a bit different, and as I say, if you've got any feedback, I will put Blewitt's contact details out there. I think he said in the past that, you know, he spoke to numerous people about their struggles, and I'm sure he's willing, you know, to help and pass on, you know, his experiences to others. So I'll pass on his contact details as well. And again, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy, and if in doubt, turn it around the corner.